Well, good morning, Niagara. You're tuned into Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Dial Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here, it's not just about fixing cars; it's about keeping you rolling and saving you money and giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises to the what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee. If you're heading through the drive through this morning, I'm not sure. It is Boxing Day. Everybody is in boxes. That's kind of weird kind of concept. But anyhow, sit back, check your order before you leave the drive through. Give your passenger a poke. Make sure that they're lively and awake, and give them the crayons and the folded up leaf bag so we can take some notes as you're driving. Keep an eye on the road and the other guy, the crazies, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, and a few good laughs. I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and we are going to shift this program into drive, the Motormouth morning drive. So if you're out there, you're already back to work, we feel for you. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But remember, the early bird gets the best donut. That's just the way it is. Well, Car Connections brought to you by Crystal Ridge Dream Center, serving men, women, children, meals, love, and hope, changing lives one at a time in the Niagara region in times when community sport is crucial. Crystal Ridge Dream Center shines as a beacon of compassion and transformation, located at 385 Derby Road in the heart of Crystal Beach. So if you'd like to do a good turn, they could certainly use some donations. So if you see to it, that would be absolutely amazing and very appreciative, because they know how to take a nickel and bang it into a dollar. They're feeding over 200 people out the door twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays. All kinds of after school programs for the kids, and it all is no cost to the families. They have a program for seniors, large humans, small humans, seniors, widows, and single moms. So check them out on our website. They are a faith-based nonprofit organization. Anytime you give a donation over $25, you will get an official tax receipt. All the logos for our program partners that help support our YouTube channel, our podcasts, our Facebook, our Instagram, and also our merch store. It's a whole package deal. We couldn't do it without them. Make sure that you click on their link, which is in their logo, and they're there to help you as well. Let them know that Motormouth sent you. Thank you to Earl Louise Grant for making Car Connection possible. Sales and leasing, low mileage vehicles, quality vehicles at fair prices. That's how they've earned the title Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. They do carry a large inventory of vehicles, but if you're looking for something specific, let Earl and Louise know. They have over 25 years of resources, and they'll find that vehicle for you. They don't sell any junk at City Auto Sales and Leasing. You can buy with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. Thank you to the brothers at Rainbow Motors and Garage in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, for making Car Connection possible. Sales and service you can trust to all years, makes, and models, up and including light commercial vehicles. So you can purchase a vehicle there and also have it serviced there. Again, you can purchase extended warranties at Rainbow Motors and Garage on the vehicle you purchase. But also, if they don't have the vehicle you're looking for in inventory, let them know specifically what it is that you're looking for. Rainbow Motors and Garage, sales and service you can trust. Thank you to our certified financial planning professionals, Tony Mielli and Larry Tetro, 50 years experience as fiduciaries, IG Wealth Management. They handle portfolios, debt retirement, estate planning, not escape planning, estate planning, wills and powers of attorney, mortgages, life insurance, and critical illness insurance, and all that and more. You want your questions answered? Never take advice from someone who is not standing where you want to be. That's what my professor taught me. So get your questions answered. You are entitled, because you are part of Car Connection in our community, to an hour and a coffee. That's what we call it. That's the discovery meeting. That's where you can sit down in person by Zoom or a conference call, meet in a coffee shop, or they'll come to your home, or you can meet at the office at IG Wealth Management St. Catharines and sit down, and they'll spend more time listening while you're spending more time talking, so that they can get a better understanding in how they can help you to navigate maybe some areas that we, A, don't like to talk about, and B, we have intense moments of fellowship with our spouse over, and that's money. So whether you have $1 or $1,000,000, because you are a part of Car Connection, you're entitled to that 1 hour and a coffee discovery meeting, and that's where things change. If you have investments with the bank, I'll tell you this straight up because I can, you're losing your shirt, period. They're not certified financial planners. They're advisors. They're advised to sell products, and not everybody's situation is cookie cutter. I try and get that one out. Cookie cutter. There's things that make you different, and your circumstances different, and your goals and dreams different from the other person. So if you have investments with the bank, they're making a lot of money off of you, and you're getting a Ziploc bag full of change. That's not right. You have to change that. You've got to get your money working hard for you instead of you working hard for your money. So grab that hour and a coffee, get your questions answered, but don't bother the fellas if you're really not interested. Don't go kicking the tires, because you'll be taking time away from somebody who really, really, really needs to sit down and have that conversation and get things organized. I have everything I just talked about with Tony and Larry, and I've known these guys. They're my brothers from other mothers for well over 20 years. You have two of the best CFPs in all of Canada. And I mean that. They have been decorated, but they are very humble. And you know what? You're important to them. Thank you to the Greenmo family at Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls. Building Canada since 1931. Building supplies, hardscape, landscaping materials that can help you create that beautiful backyard space that you've been wanting to have, your oasis. So connect with them. They can also connect you with landscapers that they know can be trusted to do the job and do it well and finish well. That's what you need. Niagara Block, Building Canada since 1931, 905-356-2221. And thank you to Total Freedom Darien Center, New York, and Total Freedom Sydney, Manitoba, Canada. They are there to be they're part of our vision of not only our YouTube channel and all the other platforms that we're available on, is to help those struggling with addictions to get the help they need, because they cannot do it on their own. They may think so, and if you're one of those people, you may think so, but how come it hasn't happened yet? So when you hit that wall where, you know what, you're sick and tired, fed up, disgusted, and bored with doing another lap around the mountain with your addiction, it's time to knock it out. A few days from a brand new year, why not take the time now to say, you know what, I did this and I need to get help. And the help is there for you. Total Freedom Darien Center, New York, the campus is open to men and women from Canada and the U.S. Total Freedom Sydney, Manitoba, Canada is a men-only campus facilitated by Rick and Robin that know very well what it's like to struggle with addiction. They have a story to tell, let me tell you. So your new life awaits you at Total Freedom. And when you purchase merch, Car Connection and Motormouth merch from our homepage or website, and all our links for you are available at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. That is the biggest drawer in our toolbox where you can pull it open and connect. That's our website. And we've been on the airwaves radio networks for 31 years, and now we're moving on with Car Connection Next Generation 2.0 podcasting, so I can reach more people all over, north, south, east, and west, instead of just circles, where we got this amount of listeners here and this amount of listeners here. We need to go beyond that. Sky's the limit. That's my point. Sky is the limit. If you or someone you know is interested in saving money on auto repairs or getting a better understanding of your automobile so you can save money on your automobile repairs and keep your vehicle long term, then you're in the right place. And so the whole purpose of our merch store is when you purchase something there, you're helping someone who would not be able to afford to get to one of the addiction campuses. And they don't turn anyone back there. They don't. They don't turn them down. So everything you can do to help us to hit our vision, which is to serve the men, women, widows, orphans, seniors, single moms, the whole 9 yards, and even a family that's struggling to feed 4 kids and keep the car going so that they can keep money rolling in the house, but the car is a challenge. We want to be able to fund the parts, provide the labor, and get them back out on the road at no cost. That's the whole vision. So when you purchase merch, you're doing more than you think. You're helping someone break free from an addiction and helping us by supporting our YouTube channel, subscribing, like, share, follow, ring the bell, but most of all, put a comment in on the videos and watch the video. That will help us greatly move forward and grow and get monetized early in the first quarter of 2026. We are working hard for you. And all of our videos are teaching videos to show you 5 things. You will learn 5 things in every video. What the component is, where it is, how it works, and how it breaks. And if you just knew a little bit more about how your automobile functions and what your job is as the pilot, you will save thousands of dollars. If you missed my last 2 podcasts, I gave you 8 fuel-saving tips that will save you thousands of dollars in wasted fuel every single year. Because most of you just put the nozzle in the tank, but you actually have no idea how much money you're spending on fuel alone for your automobile in 1 year. If I were to take 10 people and ask each one, how much did you spend on fuel in 2025? I guarantee you wouldn't have a stinking clue. Not a clue. But when you don't have a game plan, then how do you know where the problem is? If you're not following your automobile's maintenance, how do you know how much you're spending in a year? You probably don't. So if you missed the last 2 podcasts, they're available on our iHeart channel, and wherever you pull your podcasts from, just put Car Connection Workshop in the search box, and we will pull up for you wherever it is that you grab your podcast from. We're on Apple, we're on Amazon, the whole 9 yards. So iHeart is just our platform to get us out there, and we appreciate them very, very much. So you will have missed 8 fuel-saving tips plus another additional bonus stack of fuel-saving tips as well. And I've got some tips for you this morning, being Boxing Day. I'm going to unbox a couple of tips for you that will save you, again, a lot of money and a lot less stress when it comes to owning and operating an automobile. Because you know what? Owning and operating an automobile is an expense, period. There's nothing, and you'll hear me harp on it, and anyone who's been listening to me for 31 years on radio will hear me talking about preventative maintenance, is where the foundation is laid, first of all, so that you can keep your vehicle as long as you want. Mileage means nothing when you've got maintenance going on. And you don't need to spend millions of dollars to do that. You just need to know where to put those dollars, when to put those dollars to keep the plan rolling. And what's the plan? Keep your vehicle as long as you can, fix it, but don't spend any money. Exactly. You're going to have to spend something but we don't need to drain the wallet if we've got a game plan. And, as my professor would say, Motormouth, it's not that we fail to plan, it's that we plan to fail. That's backwards, right? But think about it. It's not that we fail to plan, it's that we plan to fail because we don't have a plan that works. So let's jump right into it this morning. But I think we should have our morning swiggy. If you don't know how to do that, we're going to teach you, and make sure you're taking notes. We also archive our podcasts on our website. So again, just a quick recap, carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com is the biggest tool drawer we have in our tool cabinet. Pull it open, head there. The short version is ccbusnet.com. When you get to the homepage, you'll see all the logos for the program partners that you can trust. They have my seal of approval. These are my family. They've been with us a long time, and we appreciate each and every one. And we're always looking to bring other businesses into the fold as well and be part of our business network. Top right-hand corner of our homepage is also important for you as well. So you click on the logo, you get to meet the program partner and get all their information so that you connect and be part of the community. Top right-hand corner of the page, there's links to our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, Stevensville on the web. I'm part of Stevensville business area because my pops lived there 42 years or more. I think it's actually more. And there's some fantastic businesses in there and great owners and amazing eateries as well. So at StevensvilleOnTheWeb.ca, click on the businesses tab, our profile opens. There's reels and videos and bloopers and outtakes that you won't find anywhere else unless you visit Facebook and Instagram. And I believe Skippy, our videographer, throws a few nuggets up on StevensvilleOnTheWeb.ca. And there is also the link for iHeart, so you can tap right in and be part of our morning podcast, and a safe and secure merch store. So you can get a part of the Car Connection crew by getting some merch and helping someone get to total freedom where their new life waits for them and get past their addiction. And again, you cannot do it on your own. Once you get past yourself, then something's going to happen. The change will happen. All right, let's jump right in this morning. A little nugget that I came across, and I wanted to share with you when I was talking a number of days back now about purchasing a pre-owned or a new vehicle. But this little tidbit is pertaining to purchasing a vehicle privately or even from one of those corner car lots. If you're a better man than I am to buy a vehicle off of an unknown corner car lot. Simple as that. I mean, yeah, I don't want to get in that. I don't want to diss anybody, but you know what? They're there to make money, not make friends, and sell sheet metal and rubber. Move the vehicles over the road. So when you're looking to buy a vehicle that's pre-owned or a corner car lot somewhere, that's why it's so good that we have Rainbow Motors and Garage up in Scarborough, and we also have City Auto Sales and Leasing, because I know you can go there and you're not going to get a pig with lipstick or a skunk in a mink coat. They don't sell any junk. They want you to come back. You'd see what I mean once you've been there. So in looking at a vehicle ownership, and if you have one available right now, it would be great if you could just peel it out and unfold it. But many of you may be driving, you may be sitting in your luge, your lounge chair in your living room. Got the handle pulled back, set for luge position. So when you have a moment, do this. Open your vehicle's title. Some people call it a title. I call it an ownership. Either or, it's the same darn thing. So open it with the front portion, not the plated portion looking at you, but the front portion that has the vehicle listed and all the credentials for it. the year, make, model, color, and designation. So as you look at that ownership, vehicle title, pay attention to the top left-hand corner. You will see a word there that says brand. Okay, there's 3 types of brands. If there is something written beside that word brand, you need to pay very close attention to what that word is. And there's generally 3 choices. And they're all 3 different from one another. And I'm going to give you those tidbits right now, one at a time. So top left-hand corner of your vehicle's green sheet, right? You know what that is? That's the title. You should have a copy of that in your wallet, your man bag, whatever. Or a photocopy in the vehicle, never the original. Same with the insurance slip. Never keep the originals in the vehicle. Always a photocopy. And it is acceptable. I have asked the Popo, and it's acceptable. In fact, they suggest do not put the original documents in the vehicle. Photocopies are acceptable. So get your vehicle ownership out sometime today. Open it out, unfold it. Top left-hand corner, you're going to look for the word brand. The first brand we're going to talk about is irreparable. And this happens, folks. People buy vehicles with these 3 different titles on, and I'll tell you what, your insurance company is going to go through the roof because a lot of them do not insure these 3 types of vehicles. If you see the word irreparable beside that word brand on the title of the vehicle, this is what it means. This is a vehicle that is, and I'm reading this verbatim because I got this from the UCDA, and that's the I can't remember what it's called, Used Dealers Association. Anyhow, they kind of control and keep an eye on the used vehicle department. I used to know what UCTA meant. It'll come back to me. Just a brain fart. So I'm reading this I pulled this from my file. Irreparable. This is a vehicle that is written off by the insurer. The irreparable brand applies to vehicles that are so badly damaged they cannot be safely repaired. They are typically basket cases, and they are to be used for scrap and parts only. This brand will be determined by the insurance company's appraiser, and this vehicle cannot ever be relicensed for on-road use. This brand is permanent and cannot be changed or removed. So if you're buying a vehicle privately, you need to make sure that they haven't fixed it to sell it, and hoping that you don't pay attention that it's been branded irreparable, because now you have a parts car. And I've heard of this happening. It happens a lot. You get home and then you discover this thing has been wrecked and fixed, but it can't go back out on the road, and it can't even be insured. Well, yeah, we were going to do a swiggy, weren't we? All right, before I get to the next 2, let's do it. We just count it down, 3, 2, 1. Raise your morning beverage, my bad, and let's have a morning swiggy together. It's our way of being able to connect. On 3, 2, 1. That is so good today. I don't know why. It's like exceptionally good. I think I ate too much goodies yesterday. Too much, too many goodies. It's dangerous when they're all out there, You hear them calling you. Yeah, I don't do a lot of sugar or anything, but I got into these gummies yesterday. Jubes, that's it. Those things, that's my kryptonite right there. Anyhow, tell us what your kryptonite is. What is your one thing, snack, goodie, sweet, that you can't pass it up? Like it's there. You're taking it out. You're eating it. Let us know what yours is. I have a couple of them. I got to be real careful. Same with chocolate. If it's like high end cocoa, then I'm good with that because it's got the antioxidants that keep our motors running. All right, next brand. This is a common one. I'm telling you that right now. This is the common title. Salvage. Again, top left hand corner of your vehicle's ownership title. You see the word brand, and then you see beside that it says salvage. Here's what that means. This is a vehicle that is written off by the insurer. It will often be severely damaged, but not as badly as the irreparable vehicle, and it can be safely repaired for on-road use. Salvage branded vehicles will also include constructive write-offs. The damage may not be great, but the insurer has chosen to write it off. And that just happened to my friend Jennifer. Her vehicle was definitely fixable. I mean, I would not be surprised if it's already been through the auction, which it probably has, because that's where they go after insurance writes it off, that it's gotten it, someone online, shopped it online, and it's already being fixed, and it's going to be out on a corner car lot somewhere. And you know what? It's a beauty. That vehicle is clean, 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 and that was a beautiful, beautiful 2018 Jeep Wrangler JK. I think it was a JK or UK. I don't know. Whatever. Is a beauty. Leather interior, white on white. Just a smart vehicle. Got hit in the side. But I looked at damage and go, oh, that's not a big deal. But the insurance decided to write it off. So she bought a brand new one. But I'll tell you, that vehicle will be out there because it'll be a salvage, but a repairable salvage. Definitely. So this particular brand, salvage, can be changed to rebuilt. Okay? So I'm just going to back up to the passage just before and read that again. Salvage branded vehicles will also include constructive write-offs. The damage may not be great, but the insurer has chosen to write it off. This brand will be determined by the company's appraiser. So this brand can be changed to rebuilt once a structural inspection certificate has been issued following a special inspection of the structural integrity of the vehicle. And this brand will not apply to motorcycles and vehicles 30 years old and older. So this is a popular, very popular brand, as I just mentioned about my friend Jennifer's 2018. That vehicle will definitely be back out on the market for sale, and it will be tagged salvage. But again, it comes down to the appraiser. The appraiser looked at it and goes, no, I'm writing it off. And I was shocked. As I sent her over to see my friends in Niagara Falls at Dominion Auto Body, I put a plug in for them because they do a great job there. Amazing work. Amazing, outstanding shop. It's so clean. It's almost like better than a hospital. But even my friend Mel, who owns Dominion Auto Body, he was shocked too that they wrote it off. But it's up to the appraiser to call it, and he called it, and that's it. Done. And we were all sad about it because, you know, that was Jennifer's baby, and that was her dream vehicle. And I was fortunate to find it for her from a good, reputable place to buy from, and it was exactly as it was shown. It was just a beautiful 2018 Jeep Wrangler. Okay, the next brand, last but not least, rebuilt. So again, top left-hand corner of your vehicle's ownership. So if you're buying pre-owned from somebody, you need to know this. This is a gotta know because they're not going to point it out to you. They're going to slide it right under your nose. And if you miss it, we don't have the lemon law here in Canada, and we should. That means you can take it back and they have to give you your money back. You're going to have to fight them. And that costs money. You know, their lawyer's going to want a retainer up front. Could be $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, and they may skip town. You never know. But just the same, this is something that it's a must know if you're purchasing a pre-owned vehicle. yourself. You're going to look at it, you've sourced it, you're going to take it for a road test and look it over. You're going to do all of it yourself. So last but not least, the last and final brand. So top right left-hand corner of your ownership, your title says brand. Next to that says rebuilt. Here's what it means. This is a salvage vehicle that has been repaired and certified as safe for the road. Anyone owning a salvage branded vehicle that has been rebuilt will require a structural inspection certificate to change the brand from salvage to rebuilt, and a safety standard certificate to change the vehicle from unfit status to fit status for licensing purposes. There are special inspection requirements and performance standards for rebuilt vehicles before they are given a structural inspection certificate. Anyone may rebuild a salvage, and I've done that many times. So you may be able to rebuild a salvage vehicle, but only approved structural inspection stations can certify the work that you've done. So you bought something, was smacked, and you took all the crinkled and damaged material off, maybe sourced the parts, some of it new online, aftermarket, or gone to the salvage yard and found the pieces you need to get it back together. You still need to get that vehicle to a structural inspection, an approved structural inspection station to get that certificate so you can move the title from salvage to rebuilt. Then insurance will insure it. And I've been there, so I know that to be true. And there is a cost to that. So no freebie there. So whatever, I don't know what they're charging right now for a structural inspection certificate, but you'd want to do some homework ahead of time to find out, what that cost is, so that if you decide to purchase that vehicle from someone and then repair it and get it back out on the road, that you're not getting any surprises. The rebuilt brand will be permanent on the MTO database, on the vehicle permit, and on the vehicle's history. UVIPs and UVIPs. All right, so let's leave that one there. That is a huge nugget for you, because buying a vehicle on your own, doing the check, doing the drive, and maybe a little emotion in there, you can find yourself upside down and sideways. Not quite as bad as a upside down and sideways in a lease, but almost as bad, because at least if it's a salvage that is rebuildable, and then you can have it changed from salvage to rebuildable, everything's good with a structural integrity inspection. All right, my next tidbit today, we did talk about this in it's a bit of a recap program, but I found some nuggets that I really wanted to share that would help you, that you would not lose money on a vehicle purchase. That is the second largest purchase next to buying a home. We won't go there talking about that right now. But knowing and understanding that is going to prevent you from having something in the driveway that's all you can use it for is parts. And if you buy a vehicle with no title, we'll talk about that one too. I'll pull that apart and break that down for you, because we do actually have one in the shop right now that was our rescue vehicle. We rescued it from the crusher from recycle yard, and that didn't have a title, but I do, in cleaning the vehicle out, I have found the actual owner, but I need to get the we won't talk about that right now, but there's specific things you're going to have to do in order to get a title for it, and it gets a little dicey and a little sketchy if you don't know what you're doing, but I can walk you through that so that you can. So I've done that before, where I bought a vehicle, didn't have a title, and I was going to buy it for parts, and then looking at it and going, you know what, this thing is way too good to just pull it apart and buzzard pick it and, throw the carcass, whatever we don't want, throw that stuff away to scrap and get some scrap money. So, yeah, it's a process that you have to follow it, and then you will come out the other side with what you need, and that is a fresh title in your name. I've got another tip. Now, tip number 8 on my fuel saving tips series that I just did, part 1, part 2, episode 1, episode 2, actually. How important it is. I wanted to follow up just a tad bit more the importance of the wheel alignment. So if you've added up your totals on miles per gallon penalties, the miles per gallon penalty for wheel alignment not being correct, so your steering geometry is not correct. So therefore, the vehicle's pushing tires down the road and they're scrubbing, and you're wearing off perfectly good tires in no time flat. No pun intended there. But it's 1.5 miles to gallon. So I was going through some of my folders because 31 years on the air, I have compiled some tidbits that I can pull out and share with you and create a bit of a series or an episode, a couple of episodes, so I can help you to better understand things. I would call this, what I'm going to share with you right now, a follow-up to that wheel alignment, how important that is. And here's was the question. I remember doing this. I was interviewing some folks that owned a tire shop, and I believe they still do, quite a number of years ago. And I had them on the show live at that time. We were doing live in-studio guests and put together a series of questions that I wanted to put forth to them. And this was one particular one that we really pulled over and parked on. What can we do as car owners to promote longer tire life? And I did share that I buy tires that I know that I can get about 90,000 miles out of. That's miles, not kilometers, miles. And still have 330 seconds of tire left. How do I do it? Well, I have an inside secret, right? Of course. No. I know which tire brands. I've had enough vehicles and I've kept them long enough that you get to road test a lot of products and really work them out and go, you know what? I'd buy that product again. That really, really went the distance. It went above and beyond, like my wiper on the 2007 FJ Cruiser. I put those wipers on when I bought the vehicle and it had to go through safety inspection, and I'm just changing them out. 12 years. Yeah. Bosch Evolution blades. No, they don't support the program, but I definitely give them a kudos. And that's exactly what I use all the time. I use Bosch wiper blades. They're my favorite, and they've proven themselves. So how did I get 12 years out of those wipers? Maintenance. I do exactly what I tell you I do myself. That's right. It's not do as I say, not as I do. On Car Connection, I do it. And you can check me anytime you want. No problem. Same with my computers and stuff. You know what? I'm working. That's what I do. I'm not doing nonsense. I live in no fear of hiding something that I don't want people to know about. I'm very open with everything. Because you know what? It's so exhausting trying to hide stuff, don't you think? Yeah. All right. So what can we do as car owners to promote longer tire life? Here it is. And this is the formula, and this is how I do it. This is exactly how I do it. It's how I learned. Well, a lot of what I'm sharing with you has come from servicing fleet vehicles that they may have 150 vehicles in the fleet, and they want to keep them going as long as they can. If they're on lease, they know they can't turn it back as a piece of junk. It still has to be maintained, but they don't need downtime. Downtime gets very costly. At $900 a day, could be even more now. So this is what we had to use to make sure that fleet vehicles are serviced to the nines. And we used to service school buses carrying kids. I'll tell you, you don't miss a loose nut or bolt or a lock washer missing or a cotter pin. You don't. You do not miss stuff. So that's where I've formulated a lot of the checklists and the pieces of information I'm sharing with you. It saves fleets lots of money on maintenance. So, number one, what can we do as car owners to promote longer tire life? Tire pressure, number one. Tire rotation, number two. Alignment, once per year. And tire balance, rebalance once per year. That is, I called that the tire party pack on getting the highest possible mileage you can get out of the tires. And I'm going to tell you this. Every tire manufacturer will give you a specification of what they're rated for, mileage-wise. And most of you don't even get 50% wear out of those tires. You know why? Because you don't do this. Tire pressures, tire rotation, alignment once per year, tire balance once per year. Get them rebalanced. That prevents premature tire wear. Tire rotation should be done every second oil change, regardless of what Skippy says in the shop, because they don't want to do it. They get lazy. And it's true. They get lazy. They're getting paid for it. You should just do it. But they get lazy. You know, air filters, fuel filters, stuff that's going to take a bit of a challenge to do. They just want to push it off. Oh, you don't need to do that this time. That is the famous line. And that is further from the truth. Tire rotation. You want to get 90,000 miles out of a set of tires like I do, and it still has 330 seconds left, so you could donate them to a family that's got Baldinis. That's what I generally do. I'll look for someone who, you know what, they got a minivan, they got to keep the thing going. It needs tires. Here's the set. Just throw them on. Good enough for about another year or so. But I do a lot of driving. Not as much as I used to, but my tires are your biggest safety factor. Because the only safety between you and the road surface is the distance of the tire from the rim to the tread that contacts the road. It could be 4 inches, could be 6 inches. That's it. That's your safety. That's your grip. That is your safety net. The tires grip, that they're healthy and they're ready to do business and ready to, maneuver your way. You may have to do what we call an aggressive maneuver to miss somebody who's not thinking that Monday morning after a weekend, and you want that vehicle to perform right away, not think about it. So tire rotation, every other oil change. And with most of the tires, they're what we call directional tires. You can't swap them side to side or corner to corner. So it's backs to front, front to back, pretty much all the time, unless they're not. If they're not rotational, then we can. You still can't take the left front, put on the right rear. We still got to just do side to side. That's the best way and the safest way, because it's like take your right shoe and put it on your left foot, your left shoe, put it on your right foot, and go for a walk. Yeah, doesn't feel right. Your car's the same way. Take the left front wheel, put it on the right rear put it on the left front. It won't track right because the tire's been in that position on that side of the car. Makes a huge difference. Huge. So we want to just backs to front, fronts to back, every second oil change. And balance them once per year. And a wheel alignment once per year. Because if you missed the program that I did, I talked about a couple times already, fuel saving tips. This is number 8. And that's a huge money save. Huge. Because tires aren't cheap. Have you noticed? Yeah. I had to put tires on the 07 FJ Cruiser. They're like these walloping 17-inch babies. Was like $1,700. Yeah. And thank goodness my winter tires are still doing really, really well. I'm on year number 6. And I'll probably squeeze one more winter out of them. I'm sure hoping I can still buy them. Firestone Defender series. Been very good. I give them 2 thumbs up. Absolutely. I kiss them all the time. No, just kidding. Not. But yeah. But my summer tires, $1,700. going, egads, man. That's brutal. So knowing what to do, as I said, the 5 things, what it is, what's the component, where is it on my vehicle, how does it work, what happens to break it, and what could I have learned in the basic fundamentals of an automobile. It doesn't matter if it's 25 years old or 5 days old, all the basics never change. The functions work exactly the same, but how those functions are applied is what changes. But we still have automobiles that are designed exactly the same, right? Just like fridges. Yeah. A fridge 25 years ago is not the fridge of today. You know, you pull something out, it scans it. You got ice water coming out, filtered ice water. It's still a fridge. The basics are still the same, right? You put your food in there and it keeps it for you. Cars are exactly the same. Whether I'm working on a 25-year-old car or a 5-day-old car or a 5-year-old car, all the functions are the same. How they're applied is what changes. That's all. So that's why our videos, our YouTube channel is good for you, because it's going to save you thousands and thousands of dollars in not having to replace your vehicle all the time, not listening to those who are just what I call talking heads. They don't know nothing. When it comes right down to it, they know less than nothing, but they think they know everything, and I'll just let them think that, but I'll walk away smiling and laughing and going, that ain't right. That was a good one. Exactly. The mice have to get smarter than the cat, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you. Connect anytime. You can visit us on our website. As I mentioned, that is the biggest tool drawer we have in our toolbox. Pull it out. Connect. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Stevensville on the web, iHeart. Link is right there for our podcast, and our merch store is there so that we can help those with addictions too that are struggling. Help them. Let's see them through in the first quarter. Let's see how many people we can help to get through that addiction and start a new life. Because they lose it all. That's generally what happens. They lose their marriage, their family, all their family. They become disowned, and they just become disengaged and lonely and afraid, and the addiction helps them to get through that. So together, we win, right? Exactly. Together, we win. We don't need to be an island. Let's work together. So till next time, have fun. Keep it under 100. Happy, healthy motoring, and happy Boxing Day, whatever that means. I don't know. I've never really understood it, but people will be out there shopping today. Can you believe that? No, not this feller. So we'll see you tomorrow morning for another Motormouth morning drive. Love y'all. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.